Well, Chanel, it was both who she was and what she did, what she stood for. So she was someone who lived an incredibly rich life, overcome enormous adversity, discrimination. She used to say she had 3 strikes against her. She was a woman, she was a mother, and she was a Jew. And she overcame those obstacles in order to become a lawyer who actually fought to expand rights, not just for women, but also for men. And I think that when she became the Notorious RBG, as my co-author Shauna Kniznik dubbed her in 2013, it was because she was putting on her dissent collar to speak out about encroachment on voting rights in a voting rights decision in 2013 in which she was in the minority. And so using her voice to stand up against attacks on our democracy, really, as she saw them, was what captured the attention of so many young people who were also really hungry to see a woman in position of power who wasn't just using that power for herself and pulling the ladder up, but rather looking to make we the people real for people who had been left out of it for so long.
And Irin, I'm glad we had you on this morning because I know you spent quite a bit of time with Justice Ginsburg when you were co-writing your book about her. On a personal note, she even officiated your wedding. What lessons personally did you learn from her?
Well, Justice Ginsburg never cut corners. She always showed up and she did the work. She did the work with absolute excellence, even when she was overcoming cancer, personal loss. It was a challenging and painful life that she lived, but she figured out how to take her own hardships and not make it about herself, make it about the work that she wanted to do to expand rights and equality in this country and to try to have a functioning democracy that lived up to its promise. And so the grace that she brought to that and the fact that she was enormously warm, despite actually being kind of a shy person. I mean, the reason she officiates weddings, and I was one of the people who had that privilege, is because she loved being at the sites of joy. And so that joy that she also brought to her life is something that I learned from her.
Let me leave this as the last question. How do you think she'd want to be remembered?
Well, I asked her when I interviewed her back when I was your colleague at MSNBC, and she told me that she wanted to be remembered as somebody who used what talents she had, the abilities that she had to repair tears in the world, to leave the world a little bit better than she found it. And I think we can all agree that she accomplished that, whatever happens next.
That and oh so much more. Irin Carmon and Casey Hunt, thank you both for being with us this morning.